In this video, we'll walk you through the initial configuration process of Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway 3.0. First, we arrive at the sign-in page. Because the appliance is using a self-signed certificate, the browser shows a security warning. That's perfectly normal at this stage. To continue with the initial setup, click Create New Cluster. In this demo, we're building a single node cluster, so we'll add this node to the new cluster now. We create the cluster, and Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway opens the main dashboard, starting with the dashboard view. Then we'll complete the initial configuration. Step 1 is licensing. The product won't provide protection until a license is added, so we'll install the license now. Go to Settings, Licensing, Add. Choose Key File or Activation Code. In our case, we'll use a key file. Select and add the key file. The license is now activated. The status Active License Key indicates the key is valid and accepted. Right after licensing, Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway starts the first database update automatically. This initial update can take some time, and the protection components will not be fully operational until it finishes. So at this point, the correct action is simply to wait for the update to finish. After the first successful update, the tool may require an operating system reboot. You'll see that notification in Dashboard or under Nodes. Now we wait until the database update completes. This can take several minutes. The databases are updated. Next, we'll enable Kaspersky Security Network or Kaspersky Private Security Network, depending on your organization's policy. For this, open this section. Select Use Kaspersky Security Network, Cloud Reputation Database. Accept the terms and enable it. Please note, this option is only available after the initial database update is complete. Moving on, go to Dashboard and check the overall system health. Here we can see warnings. From here, open Nodes. The node status shows Operating System Restart is required, which is common after the first update. Click Restart and wait for the appliance to restart. After the reboot, return to the web interface and restart the server. Then wait for Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway to come back online. The health check now shows no critical errors. Next, we need to add service domains. Currently, Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway is not configured to accept mail for any domain. Let's add our company domains so that the product can receive emails for them and forward them to the internal mail server. In this example, the domain is coca.su. Enable the local domain option. The key part here is email routing, which defines where Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway forwards inbound mail for coca.su. In our case, mail should be forwarded to the organization's internal mail server, Microsoft Exchange Server. Save the domain settings. At this point, the inbound flow is ready. Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway receives email from the internet, scans it, and forwards it to Microsoft Exchange. Exchange then delivers it to the user's mailbox. By default, Exchange Server accepts mail via the standard receive connector on port 25 without any filtering, IP, or certificate. However, if the organization uses an Exchange Server with a modified receive connector that only accepts mail from allowed IPs or requires mutual certificate authentication, then you need to configure a receive connector on the Exchange Server to accept mail from Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway. Next, we'll configure basic settings for outbound relay. Open Basic Settings, then specify the domain name and set the host name that the solution will use to identify itself in Simple Mail Transfer Protocol communications. Also, specify the internal hosts that are allowed to send email through Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway to external domains. These are your trusted relay sources. Avoid adding broad ranges. Best practice is to allow only specific hosts. In our case, we'll allow relay only for the Exchange server. Save the settings. Now Exchange can relay outbound mail through Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway to external recipients. Let's check inbound mail flow first, from external to internal network. We'll send a test message to the coca.su domain. In the mail sending tool, we have already set the sender and recipient. Now click Test Settings. The message arrives. To make sure it was processed by the product, open Events and Logs and locate the message entry. This shows the email passed through Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway. That completes the inbound test. Now we'll test outbound mail flow from internal to external networks. For this, we need a configuration change on Microsoft Exchange. This is outside the core Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway setup, but we'll show the main steps. On the Exchange server, open the Mail Flow section, go to Send Connectors, and add a new Send connector. Create the connector and proceed to the routing settings. Configure mail to be relayed via a smart host. Configure the address space. Adding asterisk here means that all outbound mail to any external domain will be routed through Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway. Click Save. Specify which Exchange server will be used for this Send connector. Now we can see the new Send connector in the list. To apply changes in a distributed Active Directory infrastructure with a large number of Exchange servers and domain controllers, it is recommended to wait for replication of the changes to complete. This typically takes from 5 to 10 minutes. Now we'll compose and send an email. Go back to the product and refresh Events and Logs. Here we can see the outbound message sent from an address in coca.su to an external recipient and skipped. So, we've verified both directions. For inbound email, the product receives it from the external network. Then it's sent to the Exchange server and to the user's mailbox. For outbound email, it's sent from the mailbox to Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway, and the message is then sent to the external recipient. Let's move to the Rules section. There is a default rule that cannot be disabled. Its settings can be changed, but it's generally best practice to create your own rule instead. A good simple approach is to copy the default rule and customize it. We'll keep most settings as they are, because the defaults are designed to provide a solid level of protection. But we can also adjust a few actions. For link scanning, we'll change the action to delete message and place original message in backup. For anti-spam, we'll also choose delete messages instead of reject. The same will do for anti-phishing. Save the rule. A quick note about rules. They are used from top to bottom. Now let's validate the rule safely using a standard anti-malware test file. Let's send an email with the test file attached. In Outlook, we see that the malicious attachment has been removed. If we go back to Kaspersky Secure Mail Gateway and open the Events and Logs section, we can see a detection by the anti-malware component. The attachment was deleted according to the rule. Also note that all the messages with detections are stored in backup, where you can review them, download them for investigation, or restore them if needed, depending on your policy. Now let's add 2 additional protection options that are worth enabling. First, enhanced scanning of encrypted attachments. This allows the product to extract a password from the email body, apply it to an encrypted archive attachment, and scan the contents after decryption. Second, link checks in QR codes. Make sure this option is enabled as well. The other settings can remain at their defaults. That's everything for the basic setup and a quick end-to-end mail flow test.